What is timestamping? Timestamping is a way to ascertain accurate data on a document, so to be sure that a document existed on a specific date. In Italy, for example, it requires that important document must be ascertained by public official notary. But for other country and other cases, it's not so necessary to do that. And for digital documents, because now most of stuff are digital, so why not also converting documents to digital? So actually, digital timestamping is based on third-party signature, and I only know closed source slash commercial way to do that, like Adobe and stuff like that, because they are based on certification authority. That cannot be like on HTTPS something free, because you need that somebody ascertain for you that the document was really created at that date. And so we didn't like that because we prefer to have something more open. And so since it exists, the blockchain, why do not use it? Because the blockchain, it's a chain of blocks. So you have one block that depends on another block, etc. So it means that if you create a file hash and you put on a block, you can demonstrate that this file hash exists on that specific time, because the block contains a timestamp. And also it's distributed in millions of nodes, so you don't need to trust anybody, because anybody can do that. And when other blocks are created, the file is stored on that time, so you can demonstrate that this file existed at that time. So why the blockchain? The blockchain it's safe, because it's used, for example, the Bitcoin blockchain, it's used by millions of dollars or billion, I don't know the current estimation. So it means it's safe, because if they can violate the blockchain, they can steal billions of dollars. It's open, because it's open. Also, the source code of Bitcoin Core, it's also open the protocol. It's open the. I mean, there are not any patent, so you can do what you want on top of it. It's cheap. I mean, Bitcoin itself, it's expensive, but to use the blockchain, you need only to pay the fee that it's few dollars or cents to write something inside the Bitcoin blockchain, or you may use another blockchain if you want. I mean, We implemented that on top of Bitcoin, but we also made some experiment for Ethereum, and nothing blocks you to port this on your specific blockchain if you want to do that. So, what is open timestamp? Open timestamp, it's a way to use the blockchain that is permissionless, so it's open. Anybody can use it without asking permission. So anyone could do timestamping directly. But why do that when you have a standard way of doing timestamping in a trustless mode? Trustless because you don't need to trust anybody, because on how it works, anybody can check it, anybody can. So it was proposed by a Bitcoin Core developer, Peter Todd. It's used by dozens of different companies, including Guardian project, the one that create the Onion bot for Tor on Android. It's almost infinitely scalable open timestamp because it uses Merkle tree. Merkle tree, it's a cryptography hash that works in a way that you can, it's a binary tree, and you can only put the top hash inside the blockchain, and if you know how the tree is constructed, you can demonstrate that an hash was part of the Merkle tree without writing all the hash to the blockchain, but only the top hash. So it's hash of hash of hash, but you can mathematically demonstrate that this hash, so your file or your information, already existed inside this tree by only having the top hash and a file that includes the structure of the specific hash. So, question for this, or you want to do all at the end? Okay, so. For example, we have opentimestamp.org, that is the official site that permits you to create this hash without having your local Bitcoin node nor anything. So it's a simpler way to start using this. Proof Mode, it's a Guardian project that uses open times, but I talk about it later. And AnswerCheck, it's an example we created that it's a clone of AnswerCheck, but by using open timestamp. It was developed in 2 or 3 hours, like Epoch, because ANSA do that in a worst way. They invested millions of euros, and it doesn't work like ours. So it's an example that in few hours you can include it on your project. So, what is proof mode? Proof mode helps anyone to capture and verify smartphone photo and video of actual reality. What is the problem? The problem with the current AI is that you have lots of fake data. You have, and so Guardian Projects created this app that includes lots of metadata in the image, like the phone, a new PG signature, and your location and other stuff. Then this metadata, it's a JSON file. It's timestamped with open timestamp. And so you can demonstrate with a good reality that you made this photo and it was made by this phone. Now they also implemented another standard to make sure you didn't fake the reply of the phone in order to be more sure that it's really made by your phone. Because Sam Gregory of witness.org wanted that in more than 10 years ago. And so somebody implemented it. So this is the tool. It includes lots of information. And then you have the notarization with the open timestamp. The end. If you have questions.
Does it have any validity in Italian legal documents?
Well, it's not. I mean, you cannot. Or better, it depends about your lawyer, because I mean, for example, in some courts. They made some chat screenshots approved as proof. So a standard screenshot of WhatsApp chat, and they approved as real proof. So it depends about the court, about your lawyer, but technically you can. They demonstrate that the file exists. So it's like you have a paper, the ticket that you bought something in a store this day. So it's something that if you can explain to your lawyer, they can use as proof, because nobody can demonstrate you faked it.
So to admit something to the Bitcoin network usually requires some time. That might vary depending on when the miner decides to actually add that object. So how much precise can this timestamp be? Let's say, so in order of minutes, hours, seconds?
So Bitcoin works in a way that you don't have a specific timestamp at minutes. You have like 3 hours of time. So you cannot demonstrate minutely, but you can demonstrate, for example, this day I made this file. I mean, the precision is not a second, but it's 3 hours of precision.